Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to set up the Dreamweaver in the college computers. You know that all of our college computers got the Dreamweaver. So this is the Dreamweaver. So, but when you're going to do your project in the PHP, MySQL, or any other like database applications, you need to set up. You need to use the Dreamweaver in the college system. So before you make the Dreamweaver, I need to go through a few things first. Okay, what you need to do is, first of all, you need to create a folder in to use that drive. So if you open the computer, if you open the folder and go to this PC, you will see there will be a drive on your S number, which is the Z drive. You're going to create a new folder inside there. Okay. For example, I have created a folder called coursework, CS A level. That's how you're going to create a folder. You can name it computer science A level coursework. That's the folder. Okay. Remember, this folder you're going to create not in the My Documents, not in the download, not any other places, not in the desktop, only in the Z drive, because that's the Z drive can access from the Orient house where the server is set up. Okay. Now, after you create a new folder, you have to go to the Dreamweaver. You're going to first, when you open the Dreamweaver, first times maybe there is the basics, some setups. You just click on them and just send the next. Then you'll see something like this. Okay. Now, when the page look like, you need to look. It should this manage site. It should be on the top left side or on the top right side based on your application setup. You need to click on the manage site. When you click on the manage site, at this moment we do not have any sites. We're going to create a new site. So we'll click on new. Then you're going to give a site name. For example, if I'm going to say, okay, project 2024 A level. Okay, that's my project name. I say. Okay. Then next thing is very important. This name you can give any name, but this next one, local site folder, is very important. You need to click on this folder. Then you need to select the folder you have created in your Z drive. You click on this PC. Then you go to the Z drive and you find the folder you have created, coursework. Yes. Do not double click, just single click. Then it will be selected. Okay. Then you will see is this PC and your Z drive is selected. Then you click the select folder. When it's done, you'll see here that drive. That's the right path. If any other path, that means your application is not going to work in the like local like from the server. Then you save it. When it's saved, you can see the project 2024 A level is created, and I'm going to click done. Now I can see here I have got a public.html. But if this public.html doesn't come, we need to make sure that this is here, because this public.html is very important folder which is created by the admin team. Before we bring the public.html, we need to remember we need to define the server. So this server, when you're defining the server, you need to define the two different servers. One is the remote server, another one is the testing server. First, we're going to configure the remote server. You need to configure the remote server and the testing server. How are you going to do that? You're going to click on plus sign. Then you're going to name the server name. We have three different servers. One is the WD2, WD3, and WD4. WD2 is for the second year, WD3 is for first year student, and WD4 is for the level 3 BTech students. Okay, so you're going to, my server name is, I'm going to use the server WD2, and this connecting using FTP. Please do not make any changes. Now FTP address, you need to remember this. My one, I'm going to use WD2, I'm going to say WD2. If you want is WD3, you put WD3. If it's 4, you put WD4. But I'm going to use the WD2. Dot Layton dot AC dot UK. Okay, that's the name you need to. Now this one is your local computer. The computer is called college computer username and password. For example, my username is this, and my password is, I'm going to put my password. Okay, then I click on test. If my username and password is correct, my FTP address is correct, it's going to say web server successfully connected to the web server successfully. If this message comes, that means everything is fine. I click on OK and I click on save. So my remote server is going to be saved now. So then click OK. Now you can see my remote server is done. Next thing is I'm going to bring the testing server. I want to configure the testing server because I have done the remote server. I'm going to do the testing server. Okay, for the testing server, you click on testing server here. Then I click on the define testing server. Now my server name and everything is set. Just need to select the testing here and click on save. If I click here, you'll be see green sign over here. But for some reason, your public.html is not here. You need to bring this public.html. Before bringing the public.html, one more thing I have to clear is, remember here, when I click here, there are the three things: local view, remote server, testing server. When you coding, do not code in the testing server. Always do the coding in the local view, then save the file, then put on the testing server. Okay. Again, please make sure that when you're doing the coding in the local server, not in the testing server. Okay. Now in the local server, now if your public.html folder is not here, you need to make sure you click on this get files. Okay, from testing server. Get files from the testing server. If you click here, then it's saying, are you sure you used to get this and test site? You click OK. It's going to bring your public.html folder. Inside that folder, three important files. You do not make any changes. Those are the home.php and index.html. This is the two files is created by the admin team so that we can check your default connection is working or not. Please make sure that you do not delete or do not make any changes here. Now, if you doing something in the, for example, you're doing a new file, I have created custom. I have just created custom here. Okay. Now, if you're testing, before I do anything here, I need to make sure another thing is, which is, we need to make sure that this, how you're going to access these files. How do you know that how you're going to check these files is working or not? To check this, you need to go to the Google Chrome or any web browser. You type your domain name, which is www.layton.ac.uk, then backslash, then this is the sign you need to put, then your S number. S number. My case, for example, they have created an account for me, which is the LSC teacher Y. That's my username they have created in the Orient server, and I'm going inside this WD2 server. So if I click here, it's going to display something. It's displaying the hello world. This hello world is coming from the folder or file they have created in this index file, hello world. This is the thing is displaying there. Okay, so that's how is going to that's how we check whether your connection is fine or not. So, but if you want to check another file, okay, another file, for example, if I have another file here which is home.php, if I want to check this file is working or not, I have to make sure, because if you type like this, it's going to give you the default file which is the index. But if I want to check another file, I need to give the name of that file. For example, home.php is my file name. I just give and press enter and run it, and it's just showing what I have created. Okay, when you're running that, you need to make sure you're going to just give the file name after your username. Now, if you want to create a new file, you just select any file from here and click new. Then you give the name of the file. What are the file you want to give? You just give the name. If it's the PHP file, it will be .php. If it's the HTML file, it's the .html file. But remember, any file you're creating, it should be inside the public.html. It should, if you want to run it, it has to be inside public.html. Okay. If you don't need any file, you can delete it. How are you going to delete it? Delete is in the edit section. Delete is going to delete this file. For example, I don't need this file. I want to delete this. Or if I want to rename this file, I can click on the rename and I can make the changes of this file. Or if I want to duplicate also, I can do the same thing for if I select this file and right click, and then if I want to duplicate, I can duplicate it. At this one, I don't need this file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this file as well. Okay, that's how you do the Dreamweaver. Next lesson, we're going to maybe I'm going to show you how to create a basic home page with the different options. Then we'll create a login page and the register page. Thank you very much, and hopefully you watch this and it's helped you. But if you have any questions, you can email me always. Thank you so much.